So you've got it installed. Everything's great, and it should have gone ahead and rebooted and gone into the desktop. We're actually going to start. We've got the power unplugged at the moment. We're going to plug it in so you can see what happens for the full reboot. And that's going to do the honors.
If I can find the port again, I just lost it.
There you go. Turn it upside down.
There
you go. Excellent. We have a pretty red light. We got a green light, so it's loading. We get our rainbow square here. We should get 4 raspberries. There we go. It's being covered up by our little HDMI, but there are 4 raspberries. It's booting in.
It's pretty exciting right now.
And we're going to have a desktop. I feel it.
I can feel it too.
It's coming.
And if it doesn't happen, we'll just cut. Ding!
It's ready.
All right, Tom, tell me what to do.
OK. So we're in. The first thing you probably want to do is connect up to the Wi-Fi. And you can do that over here. We've got a couple of X's. It's going to take a moment to actually search for all the available Wi-Fi networks. It's coming. Minimum computer, you know.
Yeah.
There it is. OK. So let's go to Newmont Guests. And
I don't know what the key is.
that's all right.
Tom knows. Tom's going to type it in. Oh, look, it's in plain text.
Oh, excellent. Come visit us. I'll tell you what the password is.
Do you have to get connected to Wi-Fi
No,
if
but
you just
why
want to play with
wouldn't
it?
you?
Yeah, but let's just say you didn't have Wi-Fi, you didn't have a network. Let's just say your home is internetless.
OK.
Right?
You can function without one. There are a wide variety of programming languages on here. Now, since you have connected to the internet, you can click this little world symbol, and that is your internet browser. This is Chromium.
9 seconds.
All right.
Yeah. So as we talked about, that this is a full machine that you can use. It is. It is just a little bit underpowered compared to what you're used to. But typically, you're not going to run a full. The intent of a Pi isn't to run a full desktop experience for you to use as your main machine. It's more of, I don't know, like an appliance that we're going to use for something very, very specific. So. It's no big deal that it takes the browser a little bit of time to load, but just be prepared for that if you're using it as a desktop. What's really a desktop? Palm top?
Yeah.
As a palm top, finger top computer.
All right. So there's your browser, and you can browse to newmont.edu. And boom, there it is.
Great.
OK.
What else can we do?
So other things, there's lots of built-in stuff. If you click on this Raspberry here, that's kind of the equivalent of a Windows Start menu. We've got a bunch of different options here. Under Programming, we've got several languages and IDEs, or interfaces that you can use to code in.
What if I've never programmed before?
That's a good question. You could wait till we do a video on programming.
OK.
We'll do one of those. Or there are lots of resources online. Python is a nice, easy starter language to work with, and it's kind of appropriate to use Python with a Raspberry Pi. Anyway, lots of projects are actually done in Python. So we've also got LibreOffice, which is a essentially free version of, it basically has the same tools that you'd find in Microsoft Office.
Like Word and Excel.
Yeah,
and
you get your spreadsheets. And
So I just opened up the document editing suite here. So, OK, there we go.
Wow.
So
I don't think I've ever actually done that on a Pi.
Really?
Yeah. I use my desktop for that.
Yeah. OK.
All right.
What
Other
else do we have in
things.
here?
Come on over here. Uh-oh. We have the internet. So you can set up your email. You've got the Chromium web browser. MagPi, which is actually a magazine that you can get print copies, or regular PDF that has information. They come out, I think, every month. You can get a new PDF of a a magazine all about the Pi. Vnc Viewer, now this is magic. We'll talk about the Vnc Viewer in a future video. It allows you to connect to your Pi from your laptop, your desktop, and actually bring up this desktop inside your personal computer. So then we have games.
Stop. The order is significant, all right? Notice that games is not first, okay? We have programming, then office tools, then internet, then games. I would like you to follow that same priority in your lives, all right? Yes, there are games, not much, but what we're going to be focusing on as we use the Pi is not necessarily building a gaming platform or just using it to play games on. This is going to be a tool that you can use to learn about programming, to learn a little bit about hardware and devices, and get yourself a skill set that is employable. So,
what? Make money?
yes,
Cool.
we
Like
want
it.
to make money.
Yeah, that's a good thing. All right.
Accessories?
Accessories. We've got a few different accessories in here. Calculators, file managers, image viewers, all the things that you would expect to find in a regular computer. Then we've got help. So if you need help, they have help. Quite frankly, there's this thing called the internet. You can Google all kinds of cool
Google?
things.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Pi community is really vibrant. There are so many people who are building projects and sharing how-tos and videos and guides, and it's a little bit, not nerve-wracking, but there's so much activity going on. Things are constantly changing. So I wouldn't be surprised, between the time that we make these videos and the time that you install it, there may be something a little bit different between what you see on the screen and the version that you ultimately use. But the gist is the same. So don't be alarmed if what you experience is just a little bit different.
Yep.
There's just a quick overview that you could, if you wanted to, use this just as a straight-up machine. So for very low cost, you can have a desktop computer that has a full sort of a Windows style, a GUI style operating system with Office that is open source, that you don't have to pay a license for. The operating system is also open source. You don't have to buy a license. And the hardware itself is very inexpensive. So really the only thing that you need to provide in addition to this is the keyboard, monitor, and mouse. And you can even use a TV with an HDMI input. And then you're ready to go. But the fun stuff with the Pi comes with, if you're using it, I think, for more than a PC. And we'll get into that in later segments.